Got it? It's the finish line. Do you see it? Close your eyes. Do you see it? Capture that moment. Think about hitting that goal. Running past that finish line. And your hands are in the air. Woo! The crowd is cheering. Woo! Okay, everybody got that? That's what we want your moment to be when you hit that goal. When you make that commitment, that legal binding contract. You got it? Okay, good. Then you're ready to go. So, what session did y'all just come from? Math session. Okay. So, were you presented a little bit about the theme that we're doing in Power Up Camp? Not so much? Okay. So the next 3 days, we, like I said, we're practicing, we're learning, but we're going to do it in a fun, stress-free way. You're going to practice those strategies. You're going to do your best. You're going to have hard work, everything you've learned up to this year, but we're going to do it in kind of a cool way, just to give you guys a break so that your brain can function differently and be ready for STAR. What we're going to do is, our theme is Sadako. And Sadako was a young girl in Japan who experienced a very, very tragic experience in her life during World War II. Y'all have learned a little bit about that in history, right? Okay. And you'll learn a little bit more over the next few days, so I'm not going to go into too much detail about it. But basically, this was our second World War. So we had already gone through the first one. And a world war means that there's countries from all over the world fighting each other. Usually you have just a country and its next door neighbor fighting, or a country and another country that are fighting for control and power. This is countries all over the world. And specifically at this time, America and Japan were at war. And they had been fighting, hold on Travis, for 4 years. 4 years this war had been going on. So you can imagine the hundreds and thousands and maybe even millions of people that had died and been injured over 4 years. Well, America had a strategy. Some people don't think it was that great of a strategy. Other people think, not so bad. Their strategy was to try to scare the Japanese into surrendering. And the way they were going to do this was to attack land in Japan. And they started on a city called Hiroshima. We pronounce it Hiroshima. In the video you're going to watch today, they say Hiroshima. But either way, you'll hear it both ways. And they decided to attack this city in Japan. And they were going to attack it by releasing an atomic bomb. Okay? I'm not going to go into too much with the atomic bomb, but just imagine this big, huge, looks like a parachute blimp thing falling from the sky. And you're thinking, oh my gosh, what's that jet plane? What's that thing falling from the sky? And then all of a sudden just in front of your face. Bright, blinding light, smoke, chemicals, all sorts of craziness, just destruction. 70,000 people died in that moment when that bomb was released. Another 70,000 people were injured, critically injured at that moment. And then there were people that survived the attack and were never the same again. Suffered from their injuries, from diseases, because now you've got dead bodies and just nasty destruction all over the place. You can imagine what you're breathing in. That's not good for you, right? Not only that, but